Hi everybody, this is Yuchi from Amers, and today we have Matt from Playlist Wine. Matt, do you want to quickly introduce yourself and your brand?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Matt Friesen. I'm the founder and CEO of Playlist. Playlist is an experiential wine business that is trying to rethink, reimagine how we connect with wine and make it easier to approach and a lot more fun.
Awesome. How do you come up with this idea?
It was an evolution. I mean, it started out by trying to build the wine club that I wanted because I
Right.
just felt like most of them that were out there were not that interesting.
Right.
Uh, and yeah, it started out with a friend of mine and who was the creative director of Playlist with me. We were brainstorming and riffing on ideas and listening to music at the same time. And so we, for some reason, somehow in there, it was like that aha moment of like, hey, why don't we use music to describe wine? And the original idea was we had to find the perfect song for each bottle, which was kind of cool. And so he and I, we would taste all these wines and we would meticulously taste and then test the song. Be like, what about this one? What about this one? And after a few times of doing that, we started to invite some friends to collaborate with us. And really quickly, we realized it was less about finding the perfect song, but allowing everyone to express their own opinion through music. And then it continued to evolve from there. We had a few people come and they started to come more often because they thought it was really fun. And then we started to expand. Then we started to sell tickets. And before long, then I had people asking if they could hire me to throw these events for them.
Oh,
And
cool.
it just kind of snowballed from there. And so
Right.
that's when I call it an experiential wine business, that's really what it is. We throw these events and we have a couple different types. We do branded events where we sell tickets. You come to our events. We sell them directly B2B to other customers, and they can hire us to throw their events. And then the last piece is we throw community events, such as the D2C Uncorked version coming up this week, where sponsors will sponsor it and we invite people to come and join. And then, of course, on top of that, this is a D2C business as well. We have e-commerce and we have a wine club, and you can order a la carte and all of that magic.
Awesome. So how big is the team right now? Do you have like a whole team or is it just you?
It's
Yeah.
so I'm the only person full time on that. We have a community. We have a small team of 4 or 5 folks working on it right now. We have our social media director, and she also runs our e-commerce. We have our operations side, and then we also have more on the events side as well. We have,
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's
yeah.
awesome. So you mentioned it's snowballed. So like after a while people start knowing you. Like how did you get like the initial traction?
Social media for sure, and then also hustle, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you always start with your closest connections and friends and family. And I literally launched the business by texting 50 of my friends in the city and said, hey, would you be interested if I started to
Right.
if I started a wine club? And I got like 15, 20 people said yes. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm onto something. So, I mean, that's how I got started.
That's awesome. So like how did this snowball? Like did you like start posting more? Did you have like word of mouth? Do you run ads? Like how do you get like the more tractions after that?
One of my other businesses is a performance marketing agency,
Mm-hmm.
and we have despite that, we still don't really run many ads. We run a little bit of search, but that's it. So we're not an advertisement dependent business
Right.
so far. It's all word of mouth, and social. And so I've been hacking customer acquisition through events
Okay.
because everyone that comes to our events, we then have all of their contact information and they get moved into our CRM and we like move people through our funnel. And it's a much more fun and efficient way to market the business. In fact, I get paid to market instead of having to pay to spend marketing dollars.
That's so interesting. I think a
Yeah,
lot of DTC founders never like actually thought about hosting events, like events as a channel.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. Events as a channel. That's exactly it.
Yeah, like so, how did you like organize like rally people to go come to your events? Like, do you have like a pre community that already knows you? Do you how do you market your events?
So the original events were like our ticketed and branded events. That is through the same hustle, word of mouth, emails, texting, phoning, like just trying to get people there.
Right.
But the unlock happened when we started to run events for other people because now I didn't have to attract anyone. They're bringing the audience. I
Mm-hmm.
just bring the fun and they bring the audience and then they become
Right.
my community. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's such a fun thing to do as well.
It's pretty different. I've been in like playing the D2C space for a long time, and I don't know anyone else that's doing it quite like this. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I have never heard anyone doing something like this. This is
Yeah.
awesome. So,
Oh, thanks.
like, let's say if you were to do the whole thing again, is there anything you would do differently?
Yeah, I would choose a different business completely. Uh,
What?
yeah,
I didn't
no
expect
joke.
that.
My wife keeps telling me if I had just started with, if I sold socks instead of wine bottles, it'd be a lot easier. Wine bottles is really challenging. It's a regulated industry, so you need
Sure.
extensive licensing, which is very challenging.
Right.
Um, it's controlled not just federally, but also state by state, which makes it even more challenging. And then shipping is expensive. It's heavy glass bottles.
Hmm.
It's because it's you need 21 plus, you need signature, so it adds an extra cost. Like it's just everything about this industry is makes it the toughest D2C business, I feel like. So that's what I would do differently. Just choose any other vertical.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, like, if let's say you had another chance, what would you choose?
Socks.
Socks? Like, why
Yeah.
socks?
They're light. They're they don't break, and shipping would be really, really easy. So I
But
would
like,
do
there's so many
socks.
competitors out there.
Oh, well, ignore that part. Just like I'm only from a logistics and operations side, like, yes, that's what I would do. Much, much easier.
Interesting, interesting.
Yeah,
But like easy things are like, like more competitions because
that's true. That's
mm,
true.
that makes it difficult.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay. I wouldn't really do socks. I think socks would be very boring. But that's just that's my always my go-to when I think about the challenges of shipping wine. So,
Mhm.
but if I was to do something differently, I don't know what I'd do differently, to be honest. Like in this specific business, I think I love the organic growth and evolution of this company.
Right.
It started out as a wine club. Today, it's more of this experiential business. I started out trying to, I love curating things and sharing them with my friends. So that's always been a part of this business. But it's given me a chance to meet other curators who I look up to in the space, with like high profile somms that work at top restaurants in the world.
Right.
Getting a chance to talk to them and work with them, that's crazy. I get to do that on a level and create relationships with them on a different level than I would outside of this.
Yeah.
Um, and then the other thing I think that's been an unlock for me as someone who's been running digital companies for 20 years and like trying to grow them.
Hmm.
This part where reconnecting with people in real life at events and creating that community and those connections was a byproduct of what I built. And I wouldn't have got there if it wasn't in the industry that I did it because of the challenges that we were facing on the licensing side,
Yeah.
that we sort of fell into that side. And so that I wouldn't change that for the world.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
Well, so like, what about DTC part? Like you mentioned that a lot of your sales is DTC and some of them are B2B. Like, how did you decide you want to go DTC instead of like, B2B?
Well, I always wanted to do D2C. That was always the intent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we fell into B2B because of licensing constraints.
Okay.
That was really why we started to do events, was because I couldn't market and I couldn't legally sell until I got everything set up. It took me 12 months to get my initial licensing, and then about another 12 months to get set up so I was able to start selling.
Right.
So that was 2 years of not being able to sell direct to consumer and having to figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the whole B2B side formed.
So now is D2C like a bigger part than B2B right now?
I would say D2C is a bigger focus right now, but it's not bigger than the B2B business yet. I mean, I'm selling one one to many when I sell an event, and I'm selling one to one on D2C side, so they just scale at a different rate. I think D2C long term will end up being a larger play, but
Mm-hmm.
in the meantime, yeah, the B2B side is still slightly larger than the D2C side.
Got it. Yeah, awesome. Where do you see your business going in the next, like, say, 1 year and 5 years out?
So I think I want to redefine a little bit. I want to redefine. Let me change that. You can edit that stuff out. I want to say I don't redefine. Um, Over the next 1 to 3 years, we have an opportunity to change the way the consumer thinks about wine. So there's been some massive shifts happening across the industry, right? We know that wine sales are declining in a lot of ways. There's younger audiences are shifting more towards whether it's non-alcoholic or functional beverages, and so it's not as prevalent. And I think it's because wine has a marketing issue as much as it has anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at what a younger demographic is looking for, it is more on the natural wine side. You want to connect better with the brand. You want to have more sustainable and healthier options. So think of it as like a better for you wine.
Mm-hmm.
And by using the language of music as opposed to the old traditional language of like, it smells like socks. I don't know, I
Yeah.
keep using socks, but like it's just not approachable, right? And so I think that's where we're trying to shift. And we want to shift the way people think about wine. We want to shift the way people access and consume wine. And then by using the experiential side, we want to do that so it touches everything, not just our events, but also the experience of unboxing. And when you get the wine, what does that look like? And even being able to allow and give people the recipe to run their own events, which is where the magic happens. And how do
Yeah.
you create community and let other people create their community? So that's where we want to go in the next, 1 to 3 years.
Got it. I feel like you picked definitely the right city to run
Yeah.
the business.
Yeah. 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 Oh, totally.
I
I
wouldn't pick
mean,
any other city in the States to do this
yeah.
business. Yeah.
We also spend a lot of time in LA, so we really do both coasts. But
Yeah.
here is, yeah, it's
I mean,
it's
like
really,
LA, you have to drive anywhere. Like
it's so
to go
true.
back, you have to drive. I don't know how much wine you can drink, you know?
Changes everything for sure. We still get events and people still party, but it's still different. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely for sure. Like
Yeah.
here's the much bigger market, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Like especially for in person like wine events.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, gotcha. So like, what is like one unpopular opinion you have about DTC or e-commerce business in general?
Unpopular opinion. Oh my God, I don't even know how to answer that. I think I don't know if this is unpopular or not,
Sure.
but I think again, this is funny because I have a performance marketing agency. I have
Right.
an e-marketing, I have an e-commerce marketing
Right.
agency, but I don't think you need to build a scalable business on advertisement.
Okay.
And I think that not enough, too many founders are trying to just pour money on old, tired playbooks and not looking for the new hacks to find audiences. That would be my unpopular opinion. Probably don't post that though, but anyway.
It's coming from a performance marketing agency
I know,
founder.
exactly,
But I
right?
agree with you though. I agree with you.
Oh,
I
so maybe it is a popular opinion. I don't know.
like I just think it's too much ROAS talk in this
Mm,
industry. Uh,
right, exactly. Like, and sorry, this also drives me crazy, especially on that side, is because you said the ROAS talk. Like, people forget that how important it is to create a connection with the brand,
mm,
not just sell them something.
right.
And I think there's not that like if you look at the winners in like various DSC spaces, they do that so well. But I don't know if we as founders are taught that very well in terms of how to create that connection with the consumer. It's more
Yeah,
about what's your cost per acquisition, what's your lifetime value, like what's your ROAS. It's just
yeah.
like, no,
I hear
I
you.
don't know. That's not
It's like
fun.
I feel like that's like a fast win for a lot of people.
Right.
People want to like make money fast, not like
Right.
long term.
That here's my other unpopular D2C opinion would be I don't think you need to build a business that scales to a massive audience. I think you can build a really fun, powerful D2C business that is much smaller at scale, but keeps you excited and keeps you entertained. And I think that's what playlist is for me too. It's all bootstrapped. I have no intent of raising capital
Mm,
because I'm not trying to build the biggest business in the world. I'm trying to build something that I love and that is so much fun for me that I enjoy working on.
I love it. All right, that's a wrap. I
Okay.
feel like that's a good wrap of
Well,
the.
that's, oh,
I
yeah,
love the last sentence you mentioned. Build something you really love. All
cool.
right, cool. Thank you very much for your time, Matt. I'm gonna pause here.
Okay.